Hi everybody, my name is Hannah and this is Pepper and Pine and I have a project to share with you. These are My Dream Horse kits by Breyer and my daughter has already started on one of these kits. This is what she did. She is 9 years old and I really like this kit so much that we ended up buying another one. So I'm going to show you everything that comes in this kit. They're all very high quality items. It comes with 2 horses that you can paint. They're just a white plastic and it comes with the paint brushes and the paints, and they're all very good quality. And then of course it comes with directions and just some tips on how to paint and all these different horses that you can follow. All right, so I'm going to be using my own paint brushes for this project, but you definitely can use the paint brushes that come with the kit. I want to show you the 2 that my daughter has already done from the previous kit that we did. We're going to be leaving one of hers the way it is, but we're also going to be repainting one of hers. So these are the colors that come in the kit. Really beautiful paints, really good quality, and it comes with so much that you could probably repaint your horses 6 times over and still have paint left over. So I'm going to do this first one in a light tan. Now, my daughter wasn't crazy about one of the horses that she did, and she wanted me to help her paint this set. So I'm going to paint it, and then I'm going to give you some tips on how you can achieve the best look for this project. Now, we did one light coat for this first horse, and that's the first tip I want to offer you. Go really light. You can even dilute the paint with a little bit of water just so you have a very light coat. You will be able to see brush strokes if your paint is too thick. I'm going to be helping my daughter with this horse. She wants it to be all black with some white spots at the end, and it didn't turn out the way that she expected. I'm going to show you what happens with hers in the end. So she's going to paint it all black, which is actually a great tip. Number 2 is to paint your entire horse one solid color first before adding the color that you want. Make it in a shade that you want because you will be able to see a little bit of the base color come through. And so going over your horse with maybe 1 or 2 coats of paint will give it a really nice look in the end. You just want to make sure that each coat is quite thin and that you blend really well. You don't want to see any brush strokes. So my daughter has picked out a particular look that she wants for this horse, and I'm going to be painting it for her, which requires several layers of paint. And between each coat of paint, I'm letting it dry. So the body of the horse is still wet, but I'm going to be working on the parts that need to be white, which are not painted. If you try to mix it, you will get a different shade. So when you're doing the white, you want to make sure that the color underneath is completely dry. And you're also going to need to do several coats of the white in order to get that nice, rich white look. Otherwise, you will be able to see the color coming through underneath. So between each layer, we waited until it dried. However, though it's dry enough to paint again, it is not dry enough to play with. You do want to give this several days to dry completely so that there's no tacky finish at all, and that will ensure that your horse can be played with without any of the paint chipping. So this horse is nearly done, but she wants a particular look, so we're going to have to add some white, but because we already have a coat of paint underneath, we're going to need to add 2 coats of white to really get that nice solid color. All right, so now it's time for a second coat of white, and I did let this dry long enough for us to be able to apply another coat of white. And now you can see that it gives it a really nice rich color. I'm going to add a couple of details to the head. I've added a little bit of dark paint for the eyes and the mouth. Okay, so now it's on to our second coat of black paint for this horse, and it's looking so beautiful the way it is. And now we're on to the one that I am fixing from my daughter's previous kit. She wanted a particular look for this horse, and so I gave it a brown coat all over. And now we're going to blend some brown and black to make this particular horse that you see here. In order to blend colors, it takes a little bit of effort, and this is where me coming in as an adult to help my daughter was really helpful because she couldn't quite get the blending down just right. Okay, so after they've all dried for a considerable amount of time, it's time to add the details on some of these horses. So she's going to add the white the way she sees in the kit. The directions for the kit shows one particular horse that has some white spots along the face and along the body, but she's not going to like the way it looks, and she's going to be disappointed with it in the end, and she's going to go and wash the paint off. And the paint will come off actually pretty easily if you get it within a couple of hours or within the first hour before it is completely dry. As you can see here, it starts to peel away pretty easily once you start to rub it, and that's because it's not 100% dry. So she's going to take it over to the sink and she's going to wash it off, and then you can see that it comes off pretty easily with a napkin. It will not come off that easily once they are completely dry. All right, so here's a closer look at the horses in the end. She ended up having that black horse just completely black, and then these are the other ones that I painted for her. I really like this kit. I am so pleased with the quality of this kit, and I highly recommend it. This is the black one that we ended up just painting black all over it. Again, the paints are really good quality. All of the pieces of this kit are really good quality as well, and my daughter has been playing with them for weeks now, and they have held up really good over time now that everything is nice and dry and cured. If you'd like to see some of the other projects for our horse unit, you can tap on the screen right now. And if you want to see how our homeschool is progressing on a daily basis, you can find me on Instagram at Pepper and Pine.